Hello. It's been a while since I've made a video. Sorry if I keep getting distracted, Bubs is just over there. I'm gonna put this down. I have put a little mini Gorilla Pod tripod thing on it. How do I explain all of this? So last time you saw me, I was in Aberdeen with Ed. We are still together, by the way. Everything is fine. I still love him to bits. We're still doing up the house. It still looks like a mess because he's torn it to bits, and I love him for it. What you might not know is, in the meantime, is I've been very ill. So when we came back from Aberdeen, I did my course with the National Youth Film Academy, which I'd love to do another video on because I think that that was a really incredible experience. I finished NYFA and had like a cold, and I was like, you know, and then the weather changed. I don't even remember that last April, and like the weather just suddenly hit a bit of a turn. It was when we had like really hot weather and then really bad weather, and it was all moving about. And basically it set my asthma off to the point where I couldn't breathe. My inhaler was not working. I ended up in hospital for 4 days. The end of which, the last 2 days of which when I was in hospital, I was basically having seizures, which I didn't know were seizures at the time. They were saying that it was due to lack of CO2 and my ADHD. What? Like, I'm not being funny, but if any of you have got ADHD or anything of the kind, that generally as a whole doesn't cause what I had. Like, I'm not kidding you. From the neck down, I was having a grand mal seizure. It wasn't fun at all. And then my health sort of was hit and miss. I was working and life was going good, and then we went on holiday, had a really nice time. I came back from holiday, and then in November, well no, it was in October, I started having really bad vertigo and nausea. I was throwing up. The vertigo, if you've ever had vertigo and you know how it feels, don't even. It's like not fun at all. If you can hear stuff, my mum is cleaning the bathroom. Sorry about that. I won't have to deal with that when I move into my own house. So basically I had all this like vertigo and nausea. Something wasn't right, we didn't know what was, so I went to my doctor and they said, right, we're gonna refer you to neuro because something's not right here. And whilst I was being referred to neuro, we found out that I have a brain anomaly that was actually documented 5 years ago, and they never told me. So basically, this part of my brain is slipping into my spinal column, potentially putting pressure on my spinal cord. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just know it's called a Chiari-1 malformation. That was like terrifying. And then about 2 weeks after I found that out, I ended up in hospital having full seizures where the right side of my face was completely dropping. I couldn't speak. It was horrific. The seizures would go on over half an hour. They didn't have enough staff because everything was, they are so inundated at the hospital. So I was at Southampton General, which luckily is also the main neurological centre for the south. However, they were on black alert with norovirus, and the only place they had for me was on a respiratory ward when I was having neurological problems. And then when I found a bed for me on neuro, they couldn't get me to neuro because the powers that be put an embargo on everyone moving from one bit of the hospital to the other, so I couldn't move, which was a bit of a ball ache for want of a better term. So I was stuck on respiratory still. It was interesting, very interesting. I finally did get transferred to neuro. By that point the seizures had been calmed by using diazepam. Loving all the drugs. Sometimes you need to take them, but it was very nice, and I basically got diagnosed in the end with non-epileptic seizures, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, which basically is part of what is called functional neurological disorder, which the best way to explain it is that the hardware in my brain is correct but the software is not working properly. So it's like rewiring my brain. Next week I am seeing a neuropsychologist to rewire my brain. I'm not like nuts. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with me. Technically everything that I experience is psychosomatic, but it's very real, triggered mostly by stress that I didn't know I was encountering, because before everything started going wrong I was the happiest I have been in my entire life. I don't understand it, a lot of people don't. It's still a hugely under like documented thing that needs more help with it. Yes, so that happened. Sorry, there's a little fuzz bug, aren't you? She's my Betty. She's purring away, she's just chilling on you. So yeah, that's the gist of what's happened to me. That was in November that I ended up in hospital with the major seizure stuff. I also fell out of love with acting and theatre and film and everything in between because I haven't been able to go and do anything. which has been heartbreaking. You know, when you can't do the thing that you love, you do go downhill because you're not pursuing your passion, and you've got to pursue your passions. So I'm going to be trying my best to get back into this passion of mine, my lifelong passion that I have wanted to do ever since I can remember. On animal news, we got a dog. We have a Finnish Lapphund. Insert picture of Lucas, spelt L-U-U-K-A-S. He is a very cute little dog. It is a bundle of joy. Puppies. We've never had a puppy before. It's my first dog. And my god, are they energetic. I have ADHD and I'm energetic. Like, I know energy, you have no idea. And yet, this dog has so much energy. Like, the biting. Please tell me the biting stops. Like, he doesn't mean it. I think it's because his teeth hurt, because like their teeth come out, right? Because everyone says it's worse than stepping on Lego. Bubs again. But there's a lot going on. I'm having this Chiari thing looked at. I had a secondary in-depth MRI because apparently my pituitary gland was enlarged, but it was enlarged on the previous one, so it might just be, hello me, might just be my own pituitary gland, who knows. So I'm waiting to see a lot of things. There could be some bits and bobs happening this year, I don't know. I'm definitely going to do a goals video because I think I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve this year, mostly in the health related department. I want to get myself in the best shape possible, get back into my yoga. That went out the window along with many things in the last year. I can't explain to you how life has just been interesting and been like, hey at me. 2019 was a hard year and 2020 is looking very positive. Yes, I can't explain how positive it is looking. I have Edward, I've got my family, I've got a house that we're doing up, we're gonna have our own home, and then at some point potentially look at flats in London, depending on financials. Like, this will be in like 5 to 10 years time, but I can still look at Zoopla. Like, look at Zoopla, guys. Does anyone do that when they're like looking, they're like, I wonder what I could get if I had this much money, and then you go on Zoopla and you're just like, oh, it's my dream one, pin it to Pinterest, and that is the one I am having. Even though like a month later you're like, damn it, it's sold. Let's find another one. That's what I do because I'm really sad. Yes, as you can see, I've got a bit of my pizzazz back. I'm much happier. From myself and Bubs. Thank you for watching this Back from the Dead Again video. Stay tuned because there is going to be a lot more coming. I want to do this because there's so much that I want to talk about, and now that it's out in the open that I have ADHD, that is such a relief. Lots of people said don't say anything because someone might not hire you because you've got ADHD. And I just think if people can't accept me for who I am and like this incredible superpower that I have, let's be real, ADHD is a superpower. You can hyperfocus, you have exorbitant energy all the time, and for some reason people maybe think that was wrong. I can't always concentrate. I'm not great at that. I won't say I'm not great at concentrating, but it's usually on things that I don't enjoy. Anyway, I'm rambling, as an ADHD does. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see from my channel. I know it's been a while, and thank you if you're watching this video because you've stuck with me through the ups and downs, and I love you for this. And I will see you through a lens sometime very, very soon. Goodbye!